Hare Krishna. Sorry for the poor video quality. I'm working on it. I hope I could do it soon. Like I have to use a proper lighting facility. I'm still done it. Sorry for that. Okay, we'll start the kirtan first, and then we'll continue from next week class where Abhay Chaitanya Prabhu left. So let's do the kirtan. By the time maybe few more people will join. Hare Krishna. Someone can follow me. Jaya Radha Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha
Jaya Krishna Vallabha Girivardhari.
Yashodanandana Rajagalarandana
Yashodanandana
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Radha Sundara.
Jaya Radha Sham Sundar, Radha Sham Sundar Radhe.
Jaya Pralana Sima, Jaya Pralana Sima, Jaya Pralana Sima, Jaya Pralana Sima.
Jaya Prahlad Narsimha Jaya, Prahlad Narsimha Jaya, Prahlad Narsimha Jaya, Prahlad Narsimha.
Jaya Gauramita, 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 Jaya Gauramita.
Jaya Gauranita, 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 Jaya Gauranita.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada.
Lila Pada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Nitya Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaur Hari Bol.
Pura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
Thank you. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vaishyadeshakare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you. I was going to talk in Gujarati because most of people are Gujarati today. I forgot that this is a normal Gita Anushadam class. Okay, so welcome everyone, and yeah, let's start about Bhagavad Gita introduction. And last Sunday, Abhay Chaitanya Prabhu left at the topic where he said that Krishna is Purna, and whatever comes out of Krishna is also Purna. Means we all are also complete wholes. Whatever comes out of Krishna is complete because he is complete himself. So he gave the example of Ananta, like infinite. If you take anything out of infinite, then what remains is infinite. If you put inside anything into the infinite, that also remains infinite only. So there is a verse in Ishopanishad, Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnam eva avashishyati. So Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat Purnamudachyate. So he is complete, Purna. Whatever comes out of him is complete whole, and whatever comes out of that complete whole is also complete. And if you subtract anything out of this complete, then also it remains complete. And if you add anything into this complete, then also it remains complete. So this philosophy has come from the Upanishad, which is called Ishopanishad. So most of the whatever is said in Bhagavad Gita, why we have to believe in Bhagavad Gita? First of all, people say, who knows 700 words? They might they are written by Krishna, or they are spoken by Krishna, or written by Vedas. It is all mythology. They are not ready to believe. But we have to believe that these all scriptures, these are called apaurushaya. They are written by divine existence, by divine personalities. And that's why we have to believe in. They are called Vedic knowledge. Vedic knowledge is always infallible. We are all fallible. Our knowledge is also fallible. Today I know something, tomorrow I will forget something. So we are having lots of hundreds and thousands of deficiencies which are not in this Vedic literatures. So whatever is said in Bhagavad Gita, or whatever like we try to teach through Bhagavad Gita, people have to believe. That's why we always give the reference of some Vedic literature in which it is said. So whatever is said in Bhagavad Gita by Prabhupada is always, every time, is supported by some verses of either Upanishad or Bhagavad Gita itself or some Puranas. Okay, so we have to believe. So then, why I'm saying today this is because I want to prove that if Vedic literature says that a cow dung is very pure substance, then we have to believe. Like we can see that people in West, they think cow as some, if we say that cow is our mother, then they laugh it off. I have seen in Rohin, when Rohin was young, there was a book, and there was a joke like, and big faces, ha ha ha, like that, and they wrote that in some of the countries they call cow as mother, ha ha. So without knowing the fact, and nowadays we Indians also, we merge with this kind of impersonalist or the atheist people who don't believe in Vedas, who has never read Vedas. And but if Vedas say that cow dung is most pure substance you can have on this earth, then it is Brahma Satya. It is, you have to believe. Some things we can't. Prabhupada always says that Pratyaksha, Anuman, and Praman. Okay, so Pratyaksha is what we can see with our eyes. Okay, then Praman, in which you have some reference, like you have some reference, and by which you are saying Praman, right? So as per that you are saying. And Anuman is the least. Like Anuman means he might be, he might not be there. So these all things, and above all these three things is the Vedic knowledge. Even better than the Pratyaksha. What we see sometimes, because we are having we are always in illusion, and our senses are imperfect. So whatever we see is not correct most of the times. Many times what we see is not correct. But this Vedic knowledge is above our all senses. So above Pratyaksha, Anumana, Pramana, anything, or any mundane things, it is above it. So we have to believe that cow urine is purifying. Even we have seen in Krishna Lila that Mother Yashoda, whenever Krishna would wake up in the morning, she would do abhishek of this Panchagavya. Like अभी भी हम लोग चरणामृत भगवान का जो होता है उसमें milk, ghee, yogurt, honey. Honey is also very pure substance as per Vedic literature. And the sugar water, okay, or coconut water. These are all pure substance. These are made by Krishna, given to earth and us by Krishna, and we have to believe. And whenever he was used to come back from Godhuli, like it is called Godhuli, dusk time. In the evening time, when he would arrive back from the forest, herding the cows. He's returning. He's all loaded with lots of dust on his face. In scriptures, there is a description of Krishna Balram when they are coming back from the forest after herding their cattle. So their faces are all loaded with lots of dust and everything. So what Mother Yashoda would do after he arrives at home, she will give shower of this cow urine. So Krishna was always like, he loved this. He never said, oh, it's dirty or anything, because he knew. And also it is said that whenever some demon would come and bad omens will come to Krishna, and then Mother Yashoda would protect him by feigning with cow's pooch jo hoti hai, cow ki tail. So she will feign with him with this cow's tail. So to wipe off all the bad omens. So Cow herself is in mode of goodness, always in mode of. Cow is the only animal who is always in mode of goodness. Whatever you do with her, she will always be in mode of goodness. So she's a pure devotee of Krishna, any cow. So that's why all the things which are written in Vedic literature, they are like that. So we have to believe. Another thing is also we have live examples in the Bhakti Vedanta Gurukul in Vrindavan. So which has been now directed by His Grace Lila Purushottam Prabhu, our Guru. So so when they bought this land, this on which currently there is Bhakti Vedanta Gurukul. So that land was where this demon Aghasura was killed. So that land was totally salty, and it was barren land, and all the agriculturists they said that this land cannot be revived, and it is just barren. Just like few of the Gujarati people, they might be knowing that the land in Dwarka is also same. Like some places, it is said that Durvasa, Rishi Durvasa had cursed Rukmani and Krishna. There is some story behind it, and that's why the land of Dwarka is totally barren. In the same way, like it is very salty, and you can't grow anything in that land. So people are even some people are poor and they are bereft of all the money, and so that is a story of Dwarka. And also this Aghasura land, that is some parts in throughout India, there are some parts where this all the Leelas have happened, and this that is the reason why these lands are like this. So but there was another one scientist whom, that's okay, Saket Prabhu, thank you so much for appearing. And there was another scientist whom this Lila Purushottam Prabhu met, and he said that there is a substance called Jivamrita. So Jivamrita contains the cow urine and cow dung basically, and also some part of this Panchagavya. So then they started conditioning the land with all these ingredients, and slowly they try to grow in that land something. And then it appeared that this land was turning into a highly fertile land. And if you visit Vrindavan, I visited in 2021 in December. This land was bought in around 2016, and by 2021 they were growing such a crop, like such a large amount of crop, which was sufficient to feed 200 or 250 students in Gurukul. So it is a great achievement, and all was done by their Gaushala. They brought cows. They have now the Gaushala, their own cows. So from the cows they take milk, and the bulls they occupy in the farming, the land, and they have used this Jivamrita, it is called. So the people in this group who are from the farming community, they might be knowing these miracles of this Jivamrita. It's not in spite of using all these chemical fertilizers, which has made our land so much like it is not able, like in India, we can see they had started using a lot of chemical fertilizers, just like they have brought the Jersey cows, and we can see the result. And the same way, this chemical fertilizer has made the lands all now they have gone barren, and now no crops. But in place of that, if people start using this Jivamrita, which are given by blessed cows, then they can grow nice crops. So these are few of the examples by which we can say that the Vedic literatures are not just a fake. As many Indians, we should believe, and we should try to convince people. That's why I'm just focusing on this topic so much, because many people have challenged me also that how you can say that this Srimad Bhagavatam is written by Ved Vyas only, and these are all mythology, and I don't believe. I said, how it is possible? 18,000 shlokas, how you can write in this age? It's not possible. So we should have that fighting spirit. If somebody points out at Krishna, we should have that spirit to answer them back. And for that, we need some knowledge. So gaining knowledge about our scripture is our prime responsibility as a human being. So that's why we have started, Lila Krishna Prabhu has started this movement of teaching Bhagavad Gita and related topics to the people. So another example of Prabhupada always gives is conch shell. The conch shell is like it is bone, it is a shell. All the seashells are some like they are the living place they are the house for some insects. It is, in short, it is a structure like a bone, right? So in normal case, if we have a bone in our house, then we have to put it in the river, like in our country. It is our custom that after someone dies, we have their bones, right? And then we put अस्थि पधराई देते हैं, पधरा like अस्थि को पानी में बहा देते हैं. It's not auspicious to keep that in our house for a long time. But this bone, this conch shell, is put inside the altar, and Krishna loves to get worshipped by it. We give Anjali to Krishna through this conch shell. In ISKCON temples, we use this conch shell, the conch shell for offering water to Krishna. Also, blowing of conch shell is a sign of auspiciousness. Like before starting this Kurukshetra war, when Krishna blew his Panchajanya conch shell, then this all these Kauravas, they were there. They got threatened, and they so the sound is very auspicious. Just like in the evening time, if you hear the mridanga sound or the kartal sound, all the bad omens, they fly away. So that's why in evening time we do the aarti, and no ghost and this kind of bad omens can come inside our house, enter inside our house. It's not possible. That's why in our Indian culture we do evening time. This time is always we should never sleep, and we should always do something pious activity, either chant or do some kirtan. So this conch shell is used for blowing out, and like it's very auspicious sign. So everything is written, even like Lord Narayana, he holds conch shell in his one hand, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. So how is holding a bone in his hand? So we should understand it is not a normal bone. It is prescribed in Vedas, and it is authorized. That is very auspicious. So all this knowledge which we get from Vedas is certainly like a clean truth we have to believe. So these are the few of the examples. And so why we have to believe? Because it is under the it is said by, like how we know that our forefathers had certain things, right? Currently we have something at our home, and our father says that see, that was given by our like your grandfather, great grandfather, or like that. So we believe, right? So in the same way, whatever Krishna says, Krishna has given that knowledge to Brahma, and Brahma has not given that knowledge to the another, like his disciples. And through that, if we go down the line, we are getting this knowledge from Srila Prabhupada. So this knowledge is given by Krishna, and down the line we are getting now from Srila Prabhupada, and it will be continued through Prabhupada's disciplic succession. So there are 4 sampradayas, like on any of these 4 sampradayas, there is a Brahma sampradaya, then there is Sri sampradaya, Rudra sampradaya, Kumara sampradaya, and there is Advaita or Shankaracharya sampradaya. From any of these 5 sampradaya, main 4 sampradaya, and one is impersonalist, like Mayavad sampradaya. From them, if we get any knowledge, then it is received directly from Krishna, it is said. So whatever we get is, that is called apaurushaya. This knowledge is called apaurushaya. Why apaurushaya? Means normal, like our human mentality. We have 4 kinds of defects, right? So we have, you maybe you all know the 4 kinds of defect. If you can tell one by one, maybe these Gujarati people I have taught since some time ago. So if you remember, you can let me know 4 kinds of defects one by one, if you are there. Hare Krishna. Mo, yes, Mo, yes, illusion, very good. We remain always under illusion. No, that is our, that is, okay, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, that is our deficiency. But anarthas, they are called anarthas. But there are 4 kinds of defects. Those are anarthas, like they are bad things in us. But then we have defective pieces also. But 4 kinds of defects, if you can remember.
Is it cheating propensity, Mataji?
Yes, cheating. Yes, cheating.
Mistakes, illusion,
Yes.
tendency to cheat, and imperfect sense.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol. James. Okay, good. Nice. Okay. So we tend to always do mistakes. Okay. We always remain, like, it is said to err is human, right? So we always do some mistakes, like we are tend to do. And then we are always under illusion. Whatever we see is not correct. I just said, right? And then our senses are not perfect, right? We all know. And then we have tendency to cheat. Somehow or other, we want that work to be done. We'll cheat or loot, anything we'll do, and we'll get it done. So this is our what we show outside. We are different inside. So this is a tendency to cheat. So we all have that. Okay. So these 4 are kind of deficiencies. Because of these 4 kinds of defects, whatever we discover has some flaws, right? If I discover some instrument like this iPhone, if Apple company has discovered this iPhone, then we can see now there is version 15 or something, right? And it will go up to 20, 25, whatever. Why? Because they have to like additional karte rehte hain andar, right? Because their senses, their knowledge is imperfect. Because it's ascending knowledge. This is called one is descending knowledge, which is coming from the disciplic succession from Krishna. And our knowledge is deficient. And now with my deficient knowledge, if I make something that is also defective, and then I want to amend it, like we have seen the laws or something, the lawyers or someone would be knowing that they always amend. Okay, this is the amendment. This is now what next is the amendment, and they are so proud of it. Now we are correcting it, and this is the amendment. If you see in Bhagavad Gita, there are 700 shlokas. No change in any book. If you refer of any sectarian, any sects of sectarian, like any कोई भी पंथ से आप भगवद गीता पढ़ते हो, all are same, right? So all the 700 shlokas, they are never changing. They are always the same. They remain always the same. So that is human knowledge, and this is Bhagavad Gita. So or Vedic knowledge. So That is the difference between the our like man-made things and what God has given us. So so this is what I want to say about Vedic literatures. Okay. So now in the Bhagavad Gita, next topic, Krishna, this Prabhupada has described is yeah. So as per so now then in the next page he's saying that because we are humans, so like cats and dogs, they are of lesser intelligence, but as we are humans, we are supposed to try to understand such kind of matters, because Krishna has described it to Lord Brahma and Brahma has given it to next generations. So what is our duty is to grab this opportunity of human life and understand this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita in our life. So we should try to know. And then it is saying that like animals can kill other animals. They don't have any offense in that, right? Like जो शेर है वो दूसरे लोग को मार सकता है, लेकिन if we start killing the animals one by one, and what we are doing in the Western countries, then we get a karma. So for us, Bhagavad Gita also says what are in food of goodness, what are the eatables in the mode of goodness, what are the eatables in mode of passion. Like mode of goodness is like a sweet, or the more juicy, or not so sour, not so salty. Okay, that is called the eatables in mode of goodness. Then there is eatables in mode of passion. Mode of passion eatables, they are dry. Okay, they are, sometimes we eat that barbecue, हाँ, और फिर वो जला हुआ थोड़ा सा, the roasted dry, we love that so much, but it is in mode of passion. So and mode of ignorance is putrefied food, or which is animals, like if we eat animals or other jivas, then it is in mode of ignorance. So Bhagavad Gita says us to follow all these things, and as human beings, if we can follow all these things, because it is apaurushya, which it is prescribed in Bhagavad Gita, we have to believe, and we have to eat like that, we have to do our work like that. So if we follow the principles of Bhagavad Gita, and if we try to live our life as per principles of Bhagavad Gita, then Prabhupada has said that certainly you can go back home, back to Godhead. So that's why Bhagavad Gita should be our soul and substance of our life. We shouldn't do anything other than Bhagavad Gita. Nowadays, people are after Bhagavatam. They want to read Bhagavatam, start reading Bhagavatam up to end, and then they are proud, but they have lots of questions in Bhagavatam, because you cannot understand Bhagavatam without understanding Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada is saying, it's a life manual, and if you understand this Bhagavad Gita, then there are the doors of heavenly planets. They are this kingdom of Goloka will be. Krishna can open it for you, and that's why Krishna in the 18th chapter says that whoever learns Bhagavad Gita, whoever teaches Bhagavad Gita, they both all are delivered. They are they are अति प्रिय, मेरे बहुत प्रिय हैं. So this such kind of personalities are always protected by Krishna, and they are very, very extremely dear to Krishna. So that's why Bhagavad Gita should be promoted, and we should always read Bhagavad Gita. So another thing, next topic is Sanatana. We have some time. I will discuss about Sanatana, Sanatana Dharma, and Sanatana sky. Okay. So first of all, we will learn what is Sanatana. So Sanatana is eternal. Sanatana means eternal. Okay. So what is eternal now? So eternal means which has no beginning, no end. Okay. So Krishna, if we all know, like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Mame Mansho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So Mama Eva Ansha, my part and parcel, my only part and parcel. These jivas, this all the spirit souls, are my part and parcels. And that's why, because I am eternal, my part and parcels, all the living entities are also eternal. We don't have any history when we took birth as a soul, and there will be no future. In future, it will not get destroyed. In Bhagavad Gita, it is also said, "Na jayate mriyate va kadachin, nayam bhuktva bhavitva na jayate mriyate va kadachin." Okay, so there is no birth, no death. Va kadachin. Nayam, na ayam means it has never. Bhutva. There is no history of the soul when it came into existence. Nayam bhutva bhavita. In future, it will never happen that it will get destroyed. Vana bhuyaha. It has never been destroyed. Na hanyate hanyamane sharira. So it can never be destroyed by any weapons. It can never be burnt. Nobody can do anything to this soul. And hanyamane sharira. But our body can be destroyed. Right? Our body, if we take birth, then our body takes birth. If we die, then our body dies. But the soul flies away, and it has no birth, no death, no old age. Like the body goes through the 5 stages of cycle, right? At some point of time, it takes birth, body, right? The jiva goes inside a body and it takes birth from mother's womb, and then it grows into adult, and then it stays there for some time, produces byproducts. Try to remember these 5 stages, and then it is on the verge of extinction. So it is dwindling, and then it dies. Okay, so these are the 5 stages of our life cycle. Any body, like if you see any fruits or flowers, they have also same type of thing. One time they are nicely grown, like it is in the bud form, then it will grow, then it will produce some another fruits or flowers, and then it will dwindle, and then it will die. So this is the cycle of a body. But when a body dies, the soul goes into another body. So this is the cycle. Out of 8.4 million species, the soul just travels one after another, one after another, one after another. So in the 15th chapter, it is said that our material world, this tree, if you stand on a river, then it is urdhva mula madhva shakha, like your reflection in the river is completely upside down. In the same way, this material, whatever we see in the material world is the complete reflection of the eternal sky. So there is a lot of variegatedness in the eternal sky, but in the material world there is very few things we can see, right? So so that is the and then in the 15th chapter it says that jivas, due to their karmas, like every tree has like branches, right? So in the reflection you can also see the tree's branches, and this by their karmas they travel from one branch to another branch. They just continuously change the branches. In the same way, like our soul is passing from 8.4 million species as per its karma. So it is compared to like changing the branches, like how like a monkey changes the branches from one tree to another, and like one branch to another. So if you want to cut this thing, तो बोला है कि detachment, the weapon of detachment. We have to become detached. Otherwise, we'll just go on. So detachment from this material world and attachment to Krishna. So these two things can deliver us. Attachment to Bhagavad Gita, attachment to Krishna's service, attachment to Krishna. So, and detachment from the temporary things or temporary relations sometimes. So we can serve our parents, our children, everything, but we have to remain bit detached from all these attachments. So this is Sanatana. Okay, so this is the meaning of Sanatana. So we are Sanatana, like our spirit soul is Sanatana, just like that is why it is called spirit soul. It is spiritual. Krishna is spiritual. Krishna is para prakriti, and this material world is apara prakriti. So inferior nature, and Krishna is superior nature. And with Krishna there is mama eva ansha, Krishna's ansha. Krishna's part and parcel is the jivas, the living entities. So they are also parashakti. We are also superior energy of Krishna. We are tatastha energy. We are marginal potency of Krishna. So that's why we are also Sanatana. Okay. Now we'll see about Dharma. What is Dharma? First we'll see Sanatana sky, right? So Sanatana sky is what? So as I said, that spiritual world, there is a variegatedness, and then there is a material world is complete reflection of the spiritual world. So what is the spiritual sky? Sanatana sky. So that is never destroyed. When there is annihilation, this Sanatana sky, the spiritual sky, it never gets destroyed. It is always there. So all the 14 planetary systems, they will get annihilated when at the time of Brahma's night time. When there is Brahma's daytime, everything is created. This all the 14 planetary systems, they are Patal Loka, Bhur, Bhuvar, and Swarg Loka. Everything is created and then it is annihilated. But above Brahmaloka, there is a Viraja river, and above that Viraja river is all the spiritual planets. They are called Vaikuntha Loka. And then this Vaikuntha Loka are floating in the Brahma Jyoti. So what is this Brahma Jyoti? Brahma Jyoti is like Krishna is living in Goloka Vrindavana, which is the highest planet. And then from Goloka Vrindavana, Krishna's bodily effulgence is so high that it radiates into like a Brahma Jyoti. It is called Brahma Jyoti. जैसे सूर्य के किरण होते हैं, like a sun has rays, and because in the rays you can see little particles. So in the same way, this Goloka Vrindavana is वो स्वयं प्रकाशमान है, or because of Krishna's effulgence, and this Krishna's effulgence is so high that it fills up all the spiritual sky. The spiritual sky is 3/4. Like if we consider spiritual sky as whole, then 1/4 of the spiritual sky is material world where we are living. We are also living in the spiritual sky only, but the spiritual sky, when it is covered by Mahat Tattva, then this material world, because that Mahat Tattva is a dark cloud. So that's why our material world is, we can't see without sun anything. So that's why it is dark. But the spiritual sky is 3/4 of the whole, and this 3/4 part is Swayam Prakashit. So it is self-effulgent. So Krishna is saying in the 8th chapter that Ekam Shena Sthito Jagat. मेरा जो जगत, ये जो भौतिक जगत है, वो एक अंशी है मेरा. So Vishtabhyaham idam Krishna ekam shena sito jagat. So this material world is just 1/4 part of the whole spiritual sky. So this whole spiritual sky is self-effulgent, and that effulgence is called Brahma Jyoti. Just like the sun has the sun god, then sun planet, and the sun rays. In the same way, the Goloka, there is Krishna, and from Krishna, these rays are coming. These are called Brahma Jyoti. And this Brahma Jyoti, there are several Vaikuntha planets, spiritual planets, in which Swayam Narayana. Like if you have seen Srimad Bhagavatam first canto, it has a beautiful picture of this spiritual sky. Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Narayana, Sankarshana, all these Vishnu forms are there. And this Keshava, Madhava, Govinda, Madhusudana, whatever 13 tilaka we are doing all over the bodies are the different forms of Krishna. So there are millions and zillions of these spiritual planets, Vaikuntha planets, in which this all the living entities are there, which are also part and parcel of Krishna. And so we will not go deep into that thing, but then this is called spiritual sky, and it is said in Bhagavad Gita that na tad bhasyate surya na shashanko na pavaka yad gatva na nivartante tad dhamma param. So na tad bhasyate surya, you don't require sunlight there. Na shashanko, you don't require moonlight over there. And na pavaka, you don't require any electricity also over there. Yad gatva na nivartante, whoever goes in this spiritual sky, he never returns. Na nivartante tad dhamma paramam mama. So Krishna is saying that eternal sky is mine. So where I live, okay. In the Brahma Samhita also it is said that Goloka eva nivasati akhilatma bhuta. So Krishna is saying, staying in Goloka Vrindavana. And although he stays in Goloka Vrindavana, Akhilatma Bhuta, he also stays in each and every living entity's heart. Akhil Atma Bhuta. Bhuta means living entity ke heart mein. Every living entity also, he doesn't remain just in Goloka. He is in every atom, every living entity. So the person who is on the spiritual platform, they will consider either a cow or a dog or an elephant or a dog eater or a brahmana, all on the same platform. Okay. So Pandita Samadarshina. So that is called a Pandita. So we should try to become like that. We should treat everyone on the same platform. And then, so this is called Sanatana sky. And then there is a Dharma. I'll tell you the definition of Dharma. So Dharma is what? So in the normal language, nowadays people think Dharma is a religion. But Dharma is not a religion. Religion is a sect. Okay. So any religious section is called that religion. Okay. The religion we may change, but Dharma is our duty, our prescribed duty. In a proper word, it is called prescribed duty. So we all have different prescribed duties. Like I have a motherly duty, or as a wife I have a duty, or in the temple I have some duty. If I'm working, then I have duty for my boss. If for my land I have some duty, then for my nation I have some duty, right? For my society I have some duty. So these are called my prescribed duties, and so that is called Dharma. And the religion means Hindu, Muslim, like Christian, whatever. So these are the different kinds of religions. So, but what my duty is never like, it is always constant. Whatever my duty never changes, right? My like, if I am someone's mother, I have to do that duty always. But my religion I can change. Like, I can, if I'm Hindu today, I can change it to Muslim. If I'm a Muslim, and then somebody can change it to the Christian religion or something. But a person's basic duty, prescribed duty, it never changes. So that is called dharma. Now, once Sanatana Goswami, who is one of the 6 Goswamis in Vrindavan, he asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that what is a swarupa of a jiva. So he said that jivera swarupa hoy Krishna re nityadas. So every living entity has a swarupa. Like, I have a particular swarupa, or like in eternal sky I was serving in somehow or some way to Krishna. So that is my actual dharma. My swarupa is my dharma. So what is my swarupa? Krishna nityadas. So my dharma, my eternal religion, these are like normal religions, like what I said till now. If I'm a mother, I have to serve that. If I'm a wife, I have to serve. But that is the prescribed duty in this material world. But what is our eternal dharma is Krishna nityadas. So we are all as a dharma, our eternal actual dharma is to serve Krishna. Okay, if we like, every living entity needs to serve Krishna somehow or other, because the soul hankers for it. So that's why when we go to temple, sometimes our soul wants to jump, and it loves to be in the temple. And when we come out of the temple, we don't like. So even the atheists, when they enter into the temple, they feel better. So that is the soul's quality, is to serve Krishna. Now, if someone doesn't agree, and if he doesn't want to serve Krishna, then he will serve different personalities, right? Like, some person will serve his like an employee, he serves his boss. His boss will go to home and he will serve his son, right? His son, if he has a dog, then he will serve his dog, right? His dog, he has a master. Okay, his dog will serve his master, and his master will serve his wife. So it's like, we our duty is always to serve. Somehow or other we are serving. If we are not serving Krishna, we are serving someone else, but we are always serving someone. So that is our eternal duty and eternal religion. So actual eternal religion is to serve Krishna, but we are not following that, then we will serve someone else. So this is called Sanatana Dharma. So irrespective of the body we have got, like if it is a dog, or if it is a cat, or if it is a parrot, or anything, or a tiger or lion, but the soul remains the same. The soul's duty is to serve Krishna. That's why we have seen that many cows or many deers, even we have seen dogs in Vrindavan. Whenever there is arti, they are trying to sing the arti. They are trying to follow. So because Jiver Swarup hai Krishna Nityadas, so they are always Krishna's devotees. Krishna, they want to serve Krishna. The soul eternally, they want to serve Krishna. So so that's why, irrespective of it is an animal, bird, or anything this, but then also a human being, everyone, their eternal dharma or Sanatana Dharma is to serve Krishna. So this is the definition of Sanatana Dharma. A soul's responsibility towards Krishna is his Sanatana Dharma, is to serve Krishna. So this is the definition of Sanatana Dharma. So we have done up to Sanatana Dharma. And yes, so then it is said that I'll quickly describe because we are supposed to serve Krishna. So the people who are having some material gain, they want to gain something materially, then they might not serve Krishna. Okay, so like someone will serve, like I said to you, that someone will serve their boss, and boss will serve their son, and son will serve their dog, like that. So why we people are serving different kind of personalities, including the demigods, right? So if we don't worship Krishna, then we can serve other human beings, other animals, or even demigods, right? But sometimes we don't want to serve Krishna because we don't get quick results. We want quick results. So our Sanatana Dharma is to serve eternally Krishna, but then it converts into serving someone else by the propensity of Maya. So we serve sometimes demigods. So it is said that kamesthesya ritagnana prapadyantanya devata tam tam niyamastaya prakriti anyantasvaya. So as per our propensity to gain something material, kamesthesya ritagnana. Because of our material desires, our spiritual knowledge is abducted, rita, अपहरण कर लिया उसका, तो हमारा spiritual knowledge चला गया, and because of our some mundane desires, like I want to buy a good house, or I want to get a good job, right? My son should get a nice wife. For that thing, we go to demigods, and we start worshipping demigods for some material benefits. And prakriti niyata swayam. So as per our prakriti, if we are in mode of passion, we'll go to the demigod who is in who serves mode of passion, like Ganesha or Lord Shiva. These demigods can fulfill our mode of passion. If we are in ignorance, like if we are a meat eater, then we have seen that people worship Kali Mata, goddess Kali. So as per our prakriti, as per our mode of different modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance. If we are in goodness, we'll go to worship Krishna or Vishnu. So it is all said in Bhagavad Gita. It's not what I am saying, but it is said in Bhagavad Gita later chapters, in 16th or 17th chapter. So different kinds of demigods people go as per their modes and as per their shraddha, niyata swaya. So as per their own prakriti, they try to set some ritualistic like efforts, right? They set some rituals, like for this devata you should offer this and this thing, then he will be pleased. For this demigod, for the Mother Kali, you should offer some bakra, and then she will be pleased. So this is as per our own prakriti and our own mentality, our own modes, like what mode we are. So in when Krishna was in Vrindavan, once we all know almost Govardhan Lila. So that time his father Nanda Maharaja, he tried to they were always worshipping Indra, Lord Indra, for some rains, right? So there is a good rains, and then there is a good crop, and then Annat Bhavati Bhutani, right? So because we are dependent on grains, food grains, so that's why they were worshipping Lord Indra. So then Krishna said that why are you worshipping Indra? You should worship Govardhana, because Govardhana is supplying us all the nice food, fruit. Our animals are pasturing. It is a pasturing ground for our animals, and it is giving us so much medicines like jadi buti. Ayurvedic medicines and everything. So you should worship Govardhana. It's embodiment of Krishna. It's the heart of Krishna, Govardhana. So then Nand Maharaj was very afraid of these demigods, and he said, no, Indra, he will get angry, and he will send the devastating rains and everything. So Krishna said, no, you should not worship. So there was some argument, and then he agreed. Nanda Maharaj agreed that okay, I will not worship. And then Lord Indra got so angry that he sent the flood and the torrents of rains. So then that time Krishna was just 7 years old, and he lifted Govardhana hill with his left pinky finger, with the little finger, and like the person, the supreme personality of Godhead, who can float the planets on the air just like cotton balls. Like it's not a very big deal for him to just hold a little mountain Govardhana. So he lifted it with his left hand, little finger. So we can see that, and then he protected this Vrajvasis for 7 days by this rains sent by Lord Indra. And then Lord Indra comes and he asks for forgiveness to Krishna, and then Krishna forgives him. So then this all this Vrajvasis, they got so happy. And so this is the story of Krishna. In Krishna Lila also he said that you should not worship demigods. So, but it doesn't mean that we should completely stop, but we can slowly transit towards worshipping Krishna, because if we are watering the roots of the tree, then we don't need to water the leaves. It will be always nurtured by the like pouring water in the root. So because demigods are also Jivatma. They are not gods. That's why they are called demigods. That's a particular term. Prabhupada has given very beautiful term, demigod. So they are God, but they are demigods. So that's why, because they are Jivatma. And they have certain post. So Indra has currently at Indra's post someone is there. Then there will be somebody else. So there is a list of personalities who will be next. Like I don't remember current Indra, but then there is Bali Maharaj also. He's also going to become Indra. So this is post. Okay, so they become they also have a certain time, and then they have to come back to the earth. Shine punyam martya lokam vishanti. Evam tari dharma manoprapanna gatagatam kamaka. So that is demigod. So we should understand that even Brahma couldn't give any benediction to Hiranyakashipu. When Hiranyakashipu went to Brahma, he said, okay, I can give you. But then Narsimhadev came and finished Hiranyakashipu. So he was asking for eternity. And Brahma said that I can't give you eternity. Even I am not eternal. So that's why in Bhagavad Gita, the demigod worship is not recommended. In Krishna has never supported demigod worship. Although Lord Shiva is it is said that Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. So it is a gateway of our bhakti to Krishna. So as a Vaishnava, if we worship Shiva, it's very good. But as such, worshipping only Lord Shiva and neglecting Krishna, or even worshipping Krishna and neglecting Shiva is also very bad, because we don't have any qualification in front of all these demigods. So they are very, very like exalted personalities. So we are no one to tell that we shouldn't worship this or that demigod or that demigod. But we should always understand the position of Krishna and as a supreme personality of Godhead. So, and we should never offend other demigods also. This is our prime duty as Vaishnava. Many Vaishnavas I have seen that they just openly blame on some demigods, which is very good, very not so good in their devotional life. So we should never do that. But this is what Bhagavad Gita says, and Krishna says that you should try to worship only Krishna. And for the demigods, because they are Vaishnavas, we should take them as Vaishnavas, and we should respect as other Vaishnavas also we respect. We should respect demigods. So thank you so much. And next time we'll see the next part is yeah, how we can go to the eternal sky and live there with Krishna. What qualities we should have to go there, that we will learn next time. Maybe I'll try to convince other speakers, so the class will be more interesting, more relishing. So at this time we couldn't get anyone. So, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, any questions? Okay, then we'll conclude the class here. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam
Pavanebhyo
pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.